expose the lies employed by the terrorists to survive. Yan ang ginagawa ni Franz Castro. Sige lang sila atake, sige sila atake. And then nag-aantay ako. Give me something concrete that I did something wrong. And then there's nothing. Wala. Pero, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung atake nila in the hopes that yung lie, the lie that they are peddling, that I did something wrong, would take stock sa utak ng mga tao. Yan yung ginagawa nila. Kaya, naglabas na kami ng statement ngayon nagpasalamat na kami kay Congressman Estela Kimbo, nagpasalamat na kami kay ES, nagpasalamat na kami kay Secretary Kimbo, nagpasalamat na kami sa mga nagsasalita, pero sinasabihan namin sila privately, huwag na kayo magsalita because there is no defending an attack that is meant to run paulit-ulit para in the end yung hindi totoo maging totoo sa utak ng mga tao. Naantay ko hanggang ngayon, araw-araw tinatanong ko, meron na ba silang naibigay na papel? Meron na ba silang na-file na kaso? Meron na ba anything to really show na merong ginawang mali ang Office of the Vice President? Wala. Pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin sila. And then pag tinatanong sila, oh, but you took out words doon sa batas. You took out words doon sa batas and you interpret it this way. Sabi nila, huwag niyo na basahin yung tatlong words dyan. Basta makinig lang kayo sa interpretation namin. Yan ang ginagawa ni Franz Castro. Ngayon. At ng buong Makabayan Bloc. Kasi alam nila na ginagamit namin ang pera para hanapin yung koneksyon nila sa mga NPA. Tapos sasabihin ni Franz Castro, tingnan nyo, kulang ng 2 million ang enrollment ng DepEd. Tanungin nyo si Inday Sara na saan ang 2 million na learners ng Department of Education. Kasi hanggang ngayon, kulang ang enrollment nila, ikumpara natin sa number last year. Pahanap niya sa akin ang mga bata na para bang kinuha ko yung mga bata na yan kasi kung saan-saan. And take note, hindi ako yung may kaso ng kidnapping. Hindi ako yung may kaso ng human trafficking. Si Franz Castro, kinuha niya yung mga bata dyan sa Talaingod. Kasi, ililipat niya doon sa Manila para mag-rally. Siya yung may kidnapping. Siya yung may human trafficking. Hindi pa tapos ang isang buwan ng pagbubukas ng aming klase. Pinapahanap niya sa akin ang 2 million na para bang kinidnap ko yan lahat at ayaw ko sila mag-aral. Yan yun. Risks to survive. Pero huwag na kayo sumali, ako na lang. Para bahala. Often, people in the community look at our soldiers with fear in their eyes and hate in their hearts. The terrorists taught them to fear and hate our soldiers. Tinood ni. Isa pa ni. Ang mga sundalo, ang mga human rights violators, alam Alam mo, meron kaming example because of material. Hindi naman ito sa sa mga NPA. Sa naman ito? Dito sa mga communist terrorist groups. Sa violent extremism naman ito sa Western Mindanao. Because hinahanap namin yung mga bata na sumali sa mga terorista na grupo. And we found one material na yung bata, mas mataas pa sa kanya yung barila, yung mahabang baril, ang malay, mas mataas pa sa kanya. And then yung bata was saying, binaril ko ang sundalo. Hindi namatay. In the dialect doon sa kabila, sa Western Mindanao. Hindi namatay. Kasi pinigilan ako nito eh. Sabi niya. Pinigilan ako ni ganyan, pinangalanan niya. Tapos yung matanda, the adult in the conversation said, Bakit hindi mo pinatay ang sundalo? Eh di sana naiganti mo ang pagkamatay ng lolo mo. So it's the adults peddling lies doon sa mga bata so that they kill their fellow Filipinos. And ganyan din sa CTGs. Ganyan din. Pag nagre-recruit sila. Lalong-lalo na sa mga IP, sa mga lumad na mga bata. And right now, ang target nila is mga bata na talaga, mga 10, 11, 12. Kasi ang 15, 16, 17, hindi na sila interesado. Alam niyo bakit? Kasi nandoon na sila sa social media. Busy na sila. Sa social media, busy na sila sa Facebook nila, sa Netflix nila. Hindi mo na mahila. Hindi mo na mahila. And then, the smaller ones are more impressionable. Nandoon na sila. The terrorists also taught them to distrust the government, saying that it was doing absolutely nothing to change their lives. Na inutil ba ang gobyerno? On the one hand, parang ito yung sinabi sa akin nung pinasok ako sa kubo, pero in English. Kasi nag-i-English, dire-diretso yung kausap ko. English, Tagalog, ganyan siya. Kaya parang ganyan yung sinasabi niya sa akin. Na yung gobyerno walang ginagawa sa problema. On the other hand, terrorists presented themselves as the defenders of the people. Mga sundalo ang tigpanalipod sa mga kabus. We were able to correct these lies through Peace 911. And we opened the Peace Village today. Let us reflect on the victory of Davao City and the entire Davao region in the fight to end the insurgency. The Peace Village could serve as a reminder that cooperation between government agencies, civil society organizations, and like-minded individuals is a powerful source of power to change our people's course of life. I am grateful to the Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace, Reconciliation, and Unity, or OPAPRU, in Eastern Mindanao for leading the month-long observation and for the invitation and for the platform na Magyaw-yaw. I commend your partnership with the Davao City Government, Peace 911, and the provincial local government units of Davao del Sur, Davao del Norte, Davao de Oro, Davao Occidental, and Davao Oriental for working together to organize this exhibit. I would also like to acknowledge the support of the Office of the Presidential Assistant for Eastern Mindanao and head of CORDS Region 11 and our private sector partners, SMCT Davao and Davao Light and Power Company. Through the years, the Philippine government has made great strides in establishing peace in the Philippines. The Moro conflict was ended by the signing of 2 landmark peace agreements that are now slowly addressing the fundamental causes of conflict. Ganon din doon sa kabila, sa Western Mindanao. there's some sort of relative peace. Pero kung makikinig kayo sa mga tao on the ground, they are fearful na merong problema anytime soon. To put an end to the communist insurgency, the government, through the National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, or NTF-LCAC, has been creating local peace agreements with communities influenced by these communist terrorist groups. I personally hope and pray that the Philippines will soon witness the end of insurgency across the country. For the past 54 years, NPA terrorism has had a crippling effect on the growth and development of the nation. And let's not forget the people killed in the name of a stupid ideology and revolution. However, there is no one-size-fits-all solution to this problem. But I know one thing that could be an essential tool in ending the insurgency problem, and that of good governance. When communities have increased access to education, economic opportunities, healthcare services, and other government initiatives, terrorists will have lesser chances to access them. A government that genuinely serves the people will not suffer the doom of being betrayed by its people. Mga kababayan, patuloy tayo maging matatag para sa isang bansang makabata at mga batang makabansa. Lahat ng ating ginagawa ay para sa Diyos, sa bayan, at sa pamilyang Pilipino. Syukran.